Good evening, folks, and welcome to Sonofdel's Christmas Vlogmas Day 16. Only 9 more sleeps, eh? 9 more sleeps. Coming up today, we've got the Harry Potter Funko Pop Advent Calendar, and it's a cool character. A very cool character. Coming up also, we've got the Nightmare Before Christmas Advent Calendar, and it's a duplicate of something we've already seen, but this one, I think, glows in the dark. And also we've got the Doggy Advent Calendar. I'm having a little bit of a talk today about this year. That's the basis of it, this year. Not my day, this year. And also I'm reading out another poem. No more quizzes yet, so you don't have to struggle with anagrams. So yeah, coming up, check these out. It's the Advent Calendars.
Show without the oops. Yes. One, what's this? Come on.
What's this? What we got?
She's lying down. I don't think she's in the mood today.
Come here. Come treat. Come on. Oh, what we got? It's a big one. Sit. I want one. I want one. I want one. Come on. Good girl. Was that in slow motion? Was that in slow motion? That's a nice big biscuit, isn't it?
All over the floor.
Do you mind? Off my foot. She licked my sock.
She dropped a biscuit on your sock, that's why.
Fairy Dyson. Is that nice? All gone. All gone.
Oh, you're a bit slow. Is it the weather, Bobby?
So she's slowed down, aren't you?
Is it the weather?
What matter?
Could be the rain.
What matter?
She hates the rain.
You come and lie down.
Oh, will I down?
Come and lie down. There's a good girl. Oh dear. Unceremonious. Hi folks, here we are. Nightmare Before Christmas. Day 16 on the Advent Calendar. Oops. I've got it upside down. Yes, I have. Day 16. Yesterday we had Sally sitting down with a little flower, which is very cool. Today we've got who've we got today? I missed the top of the bag. Oh, another one Dad's going to want, I think. I think it's a ghostly zero because it doesn't seem as white as the other one. It seems quite see-through.
Looks like it might glow in the dark.
Yeah, it does look like it might glow in the dark, actually. He's got a pumpkin on his nose. He is well cool. Yeah, he does look like he might glow in the dark, actually, that one. Yeah, so I'm assuming that's zero. Is that zero?
That's zero, yeah.
Zero. So zero, but a different not incantation. What am I saying?
Incarnation.
Incarnation. So a different incarnation of zero, and that is in door 16 of the Nightmare Before Christmas Pocket Pop Calendar. So it's day 16 on the Harry Potter Funko Pop calendar. Yesterday was Ron Weasley, so we've got the full Weasley set now, haven't we? We've had George, Fred and Ron.
And Ginny.
And Ginny, yeah, we've done them all. Door 16, and then he went for door 15 then. And what would be in door 15? Ron. Yes. I think I know the character, but I'm not sure if I've got the name right. Deb will probably laugh when I say the name of the character because I've probably got it wrong, but I've gone for something like One Eye Moody or something like that. Is he called?
Mad Eye Moody.
Mad Eye Moody. Yes, thank you. I didn't know for definite, but that is, I meant it.
Mad Eye Moody.
Mad
yeah.
Eye Moody. It's a good picture. It's a good one, that is, actually. I love his little stick, what he's got. Mad Eye Moody. And that is in door 16 of the Harry Potter Pocket Pop calendar. Yeah, trust me, almost get the name right and then get it wrong. One Eye Moody. If you notice on my Nightmare Before Christmas advent calendar, by the way, I did actually have to break it into 2 bits because, as is wont, you're trying to film a vlog which is only about 5 minutes of boxing time, and what happens? Somebody knocks on the door. Of course. Anyway, it was just to take a parcel in for across the road because they were out and they've since picked it up, so that's that done. Yeah, the Zero, we're going to check that out in a bit actually because we've left it in the living room where it's pitch black at the moment, and we're thinking that it glows in the dark because it's really of a strange material. It isn't like the normal ones where they're just, you know, the whatever they're made of. It feels like it's going to glow in the dark anyway. If it does, I'm going to take a picture later on and show it on tomorrow's vlog because it'll fascinate me. I love the idea of glow in the dark Zero, I must admit. The doggy advent calendar today was quite quick because she weren't really in the mood. You could tell that from the start. She wasn't really in the mood. She just literally wanted a treat and then wanted to lie down. So, yeah, that was that. I will do a little bit of talk about my day, actually. It hasn't been much. There hasn't been much happening, but I'll show you something. Christmas jigsaw completed. 1,000 pieces. Waddington's Christmas jumpers, it's called. Now, the reason I'm not showing you any pictures or a video tonight is because the light's bad and it's got little silver things that glow on it. And with the light from the energy-saving bulb, you can't see the picture right. It keeps breaking out in white spots. So I'm going to do a film of it tomorrow morning and also a picture so you can see what it looks like because I've got a few more Christmas jigsaws to do. My next one I'm going to be doing is actually a Christmas wasgage. So stay tuned for that, definitely. Yeah, my day, like I say, we got up. We came down. It was fairly early, actually. It was only about 9:20 or something like that. Anyway, we came down. We had our first cup of tea, and we had a bit of a chill. Then we had another cup of tea. And before we knew it, we actually looked, and it was almost 11 o'clock. And we were like, wow, where's that hour and a half just disappeared to? Because we were just sitting there chatting. Because that's what me and my wife do, to be honest. In the morning, we detox. We don't have a phone or the internet or nothing. We go into the living room. We sit down on the sofa, maybe fuss the dog for a little bit or whatever. And we just sit, chill, and drink a cup of tea. And basically prepare ourselves for the day, simple as. And it's a really, really therapeutic thing to do. You won't try it. It's brilliant not to actually turn on a computer or look at a phone until about 11:30. And today, to be honest with you, the first time we actually used the phone was for Deb to record the videos for the unboxings. That was the first we actually turned them on. So yeah, that was the start of the day. And as I've just told you, me unboxing went for a sort of right in the middle of it. Somebody knocked on the door, so that solved that one. And other than that, today I wanted to get this jigsaw done, which I finished. Deb's baked a New York cheesecake, which has been tantalising me all afternoon, and apparently it has to sit in the fridge for 8 hours before you can eat it, which is a bloody travesty. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Today, like I said, it's been mainly about getting in touch with companies and sorting things out, because I got in touch with Zavvi yesterday, like I told you, and they sent me another generic email saying that they're having problems with the warehouses and the deliveries and all this kind of thing, and they've dropped themselves in it because 5 days ago, on the 11th, they sent me a message to say that my Z box had been dispatched for November and that it would be here between the 13th and 14th of December. We're now on the 16th and it hasn't come. I've just used the tracking number to go on to the delivery company, and they haven't even received the parcel yet from Zavvi, so I think it was more a placating email, something to make me think, oh, they're doing something, so I'll leave them alone. Wrong. I'm down on them like a ton of bricks, and I'm determined to stay down on them like a ton of bricks as well, because they have literally really made me so angry. They have, if you pardon the expression, pissed me off, and yes, I will bleep that out when it comes to the video. But they really have made me angry today, because they've just fobbed me off left, right and centre. They really have. It's been a nightmare. So yeah, while Deb's been doing that, I've been sorting out my emails and stuff and getting in touch with companies. The one thing we are happy about is we were waiting for one last Christmas present to arrive, and the good news is it arrived this afternoon, so we're happy about that now. We've got everybody's presents. We've just got one more to wrap, and then I've got to wrap Deb's. The thing is, it's only 4:45, and normally I'm not even doing my vlog till about 6:30, 7 o'clock, so I'm well in front today, which is good. So yeah, that was a really good thing that happened. And also another thing which I will be doing a review of in the coming year definitely, is I have just yesterday entered a competition on the HelloFresh website where you spun a wheel and found out what you won, etc, etc. And I've managed to win 50% off my first 4 boxes from HelloFresh. And they phoned me today, and I had a good chat with the woman and talked about my vlog and everything, and how I can, get people interested if, by promoting it. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Obviously, I'm not going to promote it now because I don't know nothing about it other than it's a food delivery service where you get the meal kits and all that sort of thing. But I will definitely be showing pictures and reviews in my January, because the first delivery is the 14th of January. So I'll be doing reviews after that of the actual products. And if they're no good, I'll tell you they're no good. It's as simple as that. I won't, because I said that too. I said I might have a vlog. I said, and if the service is brilliant and the products are brilliant, I will rate you highly. I said, but if they're not, then I will leave you a bad review. It's as simple as that. I'm an honest subscriber. I won't just do it because, I want to keep them happy. If it's not good service, then I will not promote it at all. I will give it a bad review on all sorts, TripAdvisors and all sorts of weird things I'm a member of. So yeah, that was the day today, really. And what I wanted to talk about, to be honest, was this year. And what I mean by this year is, on New Year's Day, the start of the year, everything looked bright, interesting. We didn't know what was going to happen with the year. The only thing we knew what was happening was in March, my sister turned 50. And we knew that she was coming up and we were having a meal. And of course, it was my mum's birthday on the same day. So it was my mum's 71st. And, yeah. And of course, at the start of January, like I said, everything looked roses. Didn't really have a problem, couldn't see anything negative or nothing. And when you think that from January to March, again, it weren't too bad. We'd heard about this virus that was from China and it was going across Europe, etc, etc. And a few people were dying. Not many at this point, just a few were dying here and there. And a lot of people just said, oh, that'll be the elderly, it's just the old that are dying, blah, blah, blah. But then all of a sudden, we started getting little stories, didn't we, about younger people that were dying. And younger people that were getting seriously ill from it. And then all of a sudden people started going, hang on a minute, this is a bit more serious than we think. Obviously not the do-good, the what's it ones, the ones that are saying, oh, it's all a hoax, blah, blah, blah. I tell you what, there's a lot of people being paid for a hoax, I'm telling you. So, we came up to March. We had the fantastic 50th birthday, 71st from my mum. It was a lovely meal. All the family were there, literally. Nearly everybody was there enjoying this meal, and it was great. It was at a place called the Devonshire Arms, which is just up the road from us. And it was a lovely day, really was. Nice meal, etc. Weather was a bit chilly, but it weren't too bad for March. And we thought nothing of it. And then, of course, 3 weeks later, we entered lockdown. And this is where things started going weird, shall we say. And it also brought out people's true colours, which I was ashamed of, to be honest. I was ashamed of it. Because when I heard about people stockpiling toilet rolls and rice and pasta and emptying shelves so that nobody else could get it and only them, I realised then that this society is one hell of a selfish society. It really is. Whereas me, if I was out and I needed a packet of rice and I bought a packet of rice and there was one more left on the shelf, I'd leave it on the shelf for the person after me. You know, because that's just how I've been brought up, and my morals and my scruples, if you like. I've never wanted to go out and empty an entire tray of something into me trolley, you know. Anyway, so we went into lockdown. And of course, all the stories came out then about people panic buying toilet rolls, and to this day, I still don't know why. And literally, they were saying, you know, people are buying hundreds of toilet rolls and hand sanitizers being stolen from hospitals. And it really brought home exactly what kind of society we live in. You know, exactly what kind of people we are, and how selfish and how thoughtless, and how we don't give a toss as long as we're all right. You know, pull the ladder up, Jack, sod the rest. But it also brought out another side of humanity, because suddenly we were having this clap for carers for the NHS, and we did it every week without fail. We were out there, clap, 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 bang, you know, good 5 minutes. There was a guy just down the road who plays, I think he plays a trumpet, and he was playing every week as well. He was playing his trumpet and doing a tune for us. One week it was a bare necessities, another week it was something else, I can't remember what it was, but there was all different ones, and people were in the street. There was 7 or 8, 9 of us all out there clapping his hands and doing his bit for the NHS. And of course there was a lot of people who abided by the rules. They did stay in. They did keep out of contact. They didn't just go to the NHS hospitals every time they had a sniffle, because they knew that, you know, the NHS staff were being stretched beyond their limits. They were being torn apart literally by this virus, because of course the more people that caught the virus, the more people went to the hospital, the more people, you know, lent on the NHS, the more the NHS started to crumble a bit. But of course we had a saviour, didn't we? With Boris Johnson, we had a saviour. Somebody was going to put everything to rights. Except the biggest thing that went wrong was him getting it, because it seemed to change his attitude for some reason. He went from being this guy that was going to make sure everybody was okay and we need to look after everybody, and then once he'd had the virus, whether it was pressure or what, I don't know, but he seemed to not give a toss. It was more about making sure that money was coming in and that we were all being financially secure, rather than saving lives. And then, of course, people were coming forward saying, oh, let the virus spread. Those that are strong will survive, and those that are weak, they'll die. And, you know, and I thought, hang on, is this Mein Kampf and another sort of story, this? Is this like, you know, we will produce the Aryan master race because the rest of the people will die if they're weak? And it really made you think that this society of ours had got two sides to it. It was a Jekyll and Hyde. You had the Jekyll side, where you got the people that were clapping for carers and doing everything and being nice and helping neighbours and, you know, going the shopping for them, fetching the prescriptions and everything. And you had the Hyde side, which came out whenever they were away from the public eye, whenever they weren't being scrutinised. And this was this selfish, they basically just couldn't give a toss about anybody else. They were disobedient. They didn't give a toss about rules either. If a rule was there, it was meant to be broken. If you say I can have 3 people, I'm having 7, because I'm not going to be told what to do by the government. So you had that side as well. Now, of course, once we came out of lockdown in June, everybody was all, yeah, we're out of lockdown, this is it, it's all over. And me and Deb, as well as quite a lot of the population, went, there's going to be another one. There's going to be another one. Simple as, mate. You've opened things up far too quickly. We've gone from everything shut to everything open in the space of 3 weeks, and that's ridiculous. And as soon as our beaches opened at the front and people started piling in from everywhere, the surge went up in Blackpool again, and people started getting ill again, and the hospitals got full again, and the NHS staff got pressurised again. And you thought, we saw this coming. You honestly thought that we were going to go into lockdown once, come out of it, and we were all going to be back to how we were before. We're never going to be back to how we were before. That side of life's gone now. You're not going to get back to that. This virus isn't something that's going to disappear. You're always having to get immunised against it. You're going to have to. And who's to say the virus in 10 years' time won't cause some really serious side effects that wipe out half the population? Nobody knows, because they've never had it before. This virus is totally new. This thing is totally new. This vaccine is totally new. So of course now we're in June and we've still got everything going for us. My mum's been in her house for about 11 weeks. My sister's been doing her shopping, and then a couple of 3 weeks later my mum starts getting ill. Started feeling a bit rough, didn't sound herself on the phone. And obviously on the 13th of July, she was that ill that she rung for an ambulance took her in hospital. And then for the next 4 weeks, we were battered around all over the place, our family was. We were here, there and everywhere, phone calls left, right and centre. You can come up, you can't come up. She's got this wrong with her, she hasn't got this wrong with her. And then unfortunately on the 12th of August, she passed away. And it blew this family to bits, that did. It literally tore this family to shreds. And I started seeing stories on the internet so that this wasn't just a one-off. There was lots of people losing mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, dads, you name it, the lot. They were all going. And I thought, this is a very, very, very serious thing. Whatever anybody says about it's all a hoax. You tell that to all the people who've lost relatives, mate. If you can look at them in the face and stand in front of them and tell them it's a hoax without them smashing you on, I'd be surprised. So, of course, we come out. My mum passed away, bless her. And we had to then try and rebuild again, because this family was held together by my mum. She was literally the glue that held us together, you know. Everybody knew my mum was the matriarch. And all of a sudden that now fell onto my sister Paula, who's now the eldest out of our family. And she's only 54. Oh no, she's not. I've got that wrong, sorry. She's 52. I'm sorry, Paula, I aged you then. She's 52. She's 4 years older than me. Now, she suddenly became the leader of the family. And all of a sudden everybody looked to her for guidance and stuff like that. Now my sister Paula, bless her, she isn't somebody who would want to be in control of everything at once. She wouldn't want to. She's never been one that says, I'm the boss, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. She's never done all that crap. She just lives her life just how she lives her life, you know, with the kids and that, and older ones 33 and the younger ones 12, something like that. So she's got a broad spectrum of 6 lads there to help her and look, you know, look out for her and all that. Of course, then she got ill. She got quite ill, and she ended up with COVID, and she went in hospital. And for a while, she was touch and go. We weren't sure what was going to happen there either, because she was literally so weak she could hardly move. And luckily, she made a full recovery. On the day she came out of hospital, my auntie went in hospital, because she was having problems with her breathing and her oxygen levels. She never came out. She passed away in hospital from COVID-19, which she caught in hospital. So we're now where we are now, counting down to Christmas, with 9 days to go. And 3 days ago, 2-3 days ago, my sister's family, to add to the bad luck, actually lost their rabbit. Their rabbit passed away from gut stasis. So this year really has been crap, basically. It started off so good, started off really well, you know. My sister turned 50, everything was good. We bought her this lovely couple of days away down south at a pig farm, because she loves pigs, so she was going to be walking a pig and seeing all the different breeds and everything. So it started off great. And then March hit, the end of March, and from then on, to be perfectly honest with you, there hasn't been much that's made our family go, yay, excellent, brilliant news, superb news. We've had the odd bit of good news, you know. One of my nephews is engaged. The other one's just bought a house. So, you know, that's a bit of good news, bit of nice stuff ready for next year. But by the time this year has ended, we were hoping, one, that Deb would be driving now, so that I wouldn't have to worry about public transport. We'd be able to go everywhere, left, right and centre, and she hasn't been able to even get driving lessons. And of course, the other thing that happened with me and Deb was that in February, our living room ceiling collapsed and didn't get repaired for 9 months. 9 months after February before it got repaired. So we were without a living room for 9 months. So, you know, it's not been the best of years, shall we say. I'm not going to say next year will be any better, because it might not be. It might be a complete bloody disaster and make this year look like, you know, a fairy tale picnic. But when you think of all that stuff that's happened in 1 year. You wouldn't believe it, would you? You wouldn't think it was possible that all that. And of course, as well as that, look at all the people who've passed away, all the stars we've lost this year. You know, Bobby Ball. I mean, Gerard Houllier was a big one for me because I'm a massive Liverpool fan. Barbara Windsor, you know, they've all passed away this year. Some COVID related, some not COVID related. It's been an absolute bizarre year. And with 9 days to Christmas and then another 5 days till the end, well, 7 days till the end of the year. Yeah, 7 days till the end of the year. So you're looking at another, 16 days. And this year is finally over. Finally, we can say goodbye to it. Can't wait, can you? I want to wave this year goodbye, mate. In fact, I won't wave this year. I'll kick it up the arse and send it through next year, tell you. But yeah, so like I said, this year has literally been unbelievable. Unbelievable. We've seen the best and the worst of humanity and society. And the worst has even shocked me. You know, it's even made me look at people and think, wow, really? You really behave like that? You really like these anti-protest marches about bloody not wearing a mask? So they gather 16,000 people or whatever it is in a great big crowd protesting about wearing masks, protesting against social distancing, and then sod off to all four corners of the globe to go back home and take the virus with them. Unbelievable. And of course, as well as that, we had the politicians breaking the rules and not even getting punished for it. They didn't give a toss. It was like, nah, he's a politician, we'll let him off, he's fine. It's one rule for us and one rule for them. It always has been, it always will be. I don't care what anybody says. You could be Conservative and still be saying exactly the same thing. You could be Labour, you could be bloody Green Party or whatever. Plaid Cymru, I don't know. But you have got to agree that there's a one rule for the rich and one rule for the rest. And it always will be like that. We're never going to change society because it's always going to be like that. And on that note, I'm about to read a nicer poem. Now, I'll read this poem out, and one of my favourite people to read, I've read all his war diaries and everything, is Spike Milligan, and he was brilliant at nonsense rhymes. And I've sort of made one myself, and it's called No One. So I'm going to read that to you now. It's one for the younger ones, I think, because I think they'll laugh at this and try and work their heads around it. It's called No One. What's that noise I cannot hear? What is going on? Why aren't I here? What is that thing I just can't see? Who is this no one following me? Who spoke those words that no one said? Whose is that face without a head? What day is this that cannot be? Who is that no one following me? Who moved the book that wasn't there? Who isn't that sitting on that chair? Why wasn't that laughing? Who was that laughing so merrily? Who is that no one following me? Why am I talking to no one? Why is it night without the sun? What is this thing, this mystery? Who is this no one following me? I wrote that one back in 2001, May 2001 to be precise. Coming up, the last word. Well, Christmas is beating down the door with only 9 days to go, and one thing I do like at Christmas is a little bit of a treat. And what Deb's done is, I don't know whether you ever heard of Barabrith. It's another name for it is a tea loaf, a Barabrith tea loaf. And Deb is actually making me one using Jim Beam as well as tea. So I'm going to have a nice whiskey infused cake to try. And I just thought I'd mention a few of the things that I like to eat at Christmas. Obviously, you know me, pigs in blankets. I'm mental on pigs in blankets. Could eat them till the cows come home. But I used to like something which was one of my mum's favourites, and it's a thing called brandy snaps. I don't know whether you've ever had them. You need your own teeth if you go and have them, because they can break your teeth, I am telling you now. I've almost lost a couple of teeth eating brandy snaps, because literally they are literally solid cones, solid circular cones of brandy snaps. And they call that because when you break them, they make like a snapping sound, like a crunch. And that can also be your teeth when you're eating them. Now, a lot of people also at Christmas, they like a luxury chocolate. You know, some people own Cadbury's, some people into Godiva and all that sort of stuff. One of my favourites is Lindor. And every Christmas, my mum used to buy me a big ball, like this big, huge, round ball with the wrapper on it. And so it was like a cracker. Well, so it was like a sweet wrapper, basically. And inside was this plastic ball. And inside the ball, it was full of the Lindor chocolates. All of them individual, red wrapper, wrapped up. And I tell you something now, the beauty of Lindor chocolates is them especially. Put them, right, and put them in your mouth and let the chocolate melt. And the inside it's like cold, it's really cold inside. And you can feel it when you're eating it. It's ever such a strange sensation. So you've got this lovely warm chocolate feeling, then you bite into the centre and it's as if it's colder, as if it's about 4 degrees colder than the chocolate itself. And it's got a lovely texture to it. And of course at Christmas they bring out a limited edition box, a grey box with different flavours in, and Deb's picked me up one of them as well. So I've got that to eat over Christmas. And as well as absolutely loads of other different things. But the thing is with us at Christmas, we did this last year, we bought loads of stuff and we were still eating it come June and July. We were still eating some of the Christmas stuff. You know, some of the Christmas chocolates last us for months and months, because we're not one of these people who just get everything in at Christmas and scoff it all in the 2 weeks of Christmas, basically. We don't do that because I don't see the point. I'm not going to sit there and put on 12 stone just for Christmas. You know, I'll eat what I want to eat, don't get me wrong, but I don't go excessive and pig it all in me and all that sort of stuff. I'm not doing all that stuff, no chance, not for nobody. Not for nobody. Anyway, that's me done. And remember, behind door 16 of the Harry Potter calendar was Mad Eye Moody, not One Eye Moody. And he's got a name of Alastor. Alastor Mad Eye Moody, which is a cool name for the Harry Potter catalogue. Catalogue? Harry Potter calendar. I haven't had any of that whiskey loaf, I promise. I haven't. And also Zero, which we're hoping is a glow-in-the-dark Zero, which was in the Nightmare Before Christmas calendar. So we've only got 9 days, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 8 days of calendar. Now, the funny thing is, the Look Fantastic has got 25 doors. So there'll be an extra door, which I'll put on a different vlog after, probably between Christmas and New Year, when I show you all the stuff and everything and what we've had. And excuse me a minute. That was actually quite amusing. I didn't know that was actually on. It made me jump when it went off. What it is, once you've finished doing baking the cheesecake, you have to leave it in the oven and let it cool down for 2 hours. 2 hours. And Deb had put the timer on behind me. It's on the fridge behind me. And I didn't know it was set, and it's just gone off and scared the life out of me. I wonder what was going on then at first. So yeah, that's the end of my vlog anyway. You all take care. I'll do another one tomorrow. We'll probably have more sirens and car horns and God knows what going off.